Okay, Kohalayim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. I'm going to give double honors to the elders, apostle, great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. My name is Lamadia, and the premise of this video is going to be on, excuse me, is going to be on maintaining a healthy fear toward the Most High. And part of maintaining the fear towards the Most High is constantly putting things in perspective. And what I mean by perspective is remembering the faith that we receive is a gift. The truth that we have is a gift. And this knowledge do not belong to us. It belongs to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And the Lord could have had us in the world, but he called us out of darkness. So with that responsibility of holding this knowledge, this truth, don't take it for granted. And keep in mind, there have been plenty of guys that was called, but it also was rejected. The Most High rejected them or removed his spirit from them, and he went back into the world. So this the book of Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. And then another thing is, don't be that person where don't be that person that behaves or be on their best behavior and watch what they say, watch what they do when certain individuals is around, whether it be the leader of the camp or high ranking brother, elder, whatever the case may be. Don't be that person that now when they're around, you act like you have sense, but then you get around your peers of other brothers that you may have came in with, or brothers that came in later on or after. You act like you don't have sense. You act like you don't have wisdom. You act like a man that just came in within a few months, like 2 months, like a man that doesn't know any better. Because the Most High sees that too. And that could be another reason where the Lord could pull away the spirit away from you. So I read on. It says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So you have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So you got to constantly be doing assessments on yourself and doing quality control. Making sure that your ways and your behaviors is pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. A thought should always cross your mind, what will Yahweh Shah do? Or will Yahweh Shah be in the acceptance of what I'm doing? Now, if it comes back as no, guess what? That means you have to make some changes. Give me 1 second. So let's go to Psalms 51, verse 9. Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. And this is a psalm from David. And it's actually a prayer. In this prayer, David is asking the Lord, to forgive him of his sins. And it says, create in me a clean heart, O Most High, and renew a right spirit within me. So, and that's something we all should pray about, praying for forgiveness, praying, the main thing is asking the Most High to save you from yourself, which is the biggest enemy, is yourself. The thoughts that come into your mind, the demons that plague you. Because your number one enemy is yourself. So I'll read on. Cast me not away from thy presence. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Because that's going to happen. The Lord could take away the spirit. And then when the Most High take away the spirit, you lose that. What end up happening is the person slowly start losing that desire to do the work. And they'll slowly lose that desire of wanting to be around. Or they lose that desire of even wanting to study or pray. And it's like a fire, and the fire slowly start to go out. And then what comes with that would start doubting certain scriptures. Whereas before, they may have never doubted. But certain comes in when they begin to doubt. That's the spirit leaving the guy. And you don't want that to be you. So now, 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. And by the way, the scriptures that we read in, these are all basic scriptures. And time after time, you have to revisit these scriptures over and over again, going back to the fundamental, the basics. This what it means by putting things back in perspective and remaining that healthy fear to the Most High. Because the Most High doesn't need us. We need the Most High. So 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Now, what do it mean to examine yourself? When you examine something, you're testing. You're doing an evaluation. You're doing an assessment. You even putting yourself in scenarios that may you may have to undergo, and ask yourself, how would you go? How would you deal with it? Case in point, you may ask yourself certain questions. If this happened to me, where would my faith be at? Let's say you went to get a doctor checkup and come to find out you got stage 3 cancer or stage 4 cancer. What would you do? Will that rock your faith, or will you keep going until the end? You got to constantly put yourself in these situations. Now, if you have kids, what if you lose your kids? What if your kids pass away? And you love them, but, something happened where, they pass away. Are you going to get disenchanted? So you got to constantly ask yourself and put yourself in these different scenarios and see where you might find weakness. Because if you find weakness there, you pray to the Most High to strengthen you in those areas. You pray for more faith. Because guess what? Either you acknowledge those weaknesses, or Satan will acknowledge those weaknesses and exploit it. So why not pray to the Most High to strengthen you in those areas and protect you? So examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahweh Shah is in you, except you be reprobate. A reprobate is a reject. Like we always say, that is a mind void of judgment. So a reprobate is a person that the spirit, the Holy Spirit rejected them now. And they become vulnerable and acceptable to demons. So now certain actions that a person may have not done before, he may now do. Or before, he may have some type of fear. But then over time, he start losing that fear because he start thinking, well, nothing's going to happen. And then that technically demon jump in the person's mind. Like, but technically, we break the law every day. Technically, we all going off. And then that they start to justify their actions. But that's a reject, a reprobate. Now, I have put in the Google search engine assessment. And that's what came up. Assessment. The evaluation or estimation of the nature, quality, or ability of someone or something. And that's something we have to do with ourselves. Assess. Evaluate things. Making sure, you know, you doing what you're supposed to do. So that way, when the Lord returns, you'll be found worthy. So now 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. And you know, that's the thing. Don't be a person that think certain things can happen to you, because it can happen to anybody. And that's when humility come in, being humble. Because the person that's not humble, that's the person that falls. Because the Most High hate pride. Now, I close it with Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, and him is referencing to Yahweh Shah, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Now, what are parables? Parables are dark sayings or a cryptic language. Because when Yahweh Shah was speaking, he was speaking in cryptic form. But only the disciples understood. And then it says, and he answered and said unto them, because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven first began with this knowledge, and then extend furthermore to the physical, because we're going to inhabit the kingdom of heaven, where it's going to be a kingdom on earth, but start with this knowledge. So it says, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him should be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall it be taken away, even that he have. So the Most High could take the faith, the knowledge that you obtain, and take it away from you and give it to someone else. Because you know what? What never fell when guys falls out, it always a bulk of new guys just so happen to come in when guys fall out. And that's the Most High giving the knowledge to another man. So this have been, you know, keeping a healthy fear toward the Most High. And, you know, that's the main thing. Stay humble. Stay humble. You know, don't forget, we need the Most High. He don't need us. And we not it. The Most High is it. So, you know, don't get beside yourself. Stay humble. And I'm going to say, Kohalau Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem V'Kar Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.